Devin Ario was driving down East Main Street in Waterbury last Thursday morning when this rock smashed through his windshield. Unfortunately for the Ario family, this is not the first time a rock has been thrown at one of their cars.
Stay
back!
Groin strike.
No! You can learn self-defense moves just like that one at UMPD's Next Safe class on October 24th. Parking spaces on campus are so tight, it's easy to bump into another car. The Johnsonville Village has been abandoned for over 20 years, but as of today, these 14 buildings have a bright future. I came down to the beach to find out for myself, and I can assure you there's a tickle in my throat, my nose feels very dry. It's a beautiful day, clear skies, but there's nobody here at the beach. Yes, JP, I'm here on the new pedestrian overpass. This bridge is finally open after being in the works for over 10 years. That's right, Carlin. This weekend I met with some UM students who have devoted time, effort, and money to send some relief to the Caribbean islands affected by both Irma and Maria. Thank you, Sean. Miami's Wynwood district is best known for its vibrant culture and artwork. A native of Ecuador living in Connecticut is now the second person to take sanctuary inside a New Haven church to avoid deportation. Marco Reyes entered the U.S. illegally in 1997. It's 9:30 in the morning at the Lazy Loggerhead Cafe, a popular spot for visitors and residents of Jupiter, Florida to grab a bite to eat before walking just a few feet to the beach. But today, there are a surprising number of empty seats.
All the employees noticed it, every customer noticed it. As soon as you got out of your car, before you could come into the restaurant, you felt it right away.
The discomfort restaurateur Brian Wilson and his customers are feeling is from toxins released by a harmful algae bloom called the red tide. Runoff from agricultural land around Lake Okeechobee travels down the Caloosahatchee River and mixes with naturally occurring algae. The phenomenon is not new to the west coast of Florida, but this year currents brought the red tide over to the east coast.
And as soon as I left the car, I felt a tingle in my throat and kind of a light coughing.
For Brian, who profits off of Florida's tourism industry, this means more than just a cough.
See, we get a few people, but not our normal amount. It's probably half of the amount of people that would normally come.
I came down to the beach to find out for myself, and I can assure you there's a tickle in my throat, my nose feels very dry. It's a beautiful day, clear skies, but there's nobody here at the beach. Professor Larry Brand from UM's Rosenstiel School of Marine and Atmospheric Science says the light coughing and irritation can lead to more severe problems.
Indeed, if you look at the hospital records over on the West Coast, during times of red tide, there's like a 50% increase of people going to the hospital for respiratory distress.
The beach is open to the public, and lifeguards on duty are wearing face masks. Palm Beach County Parks and Recreation and the lifeguard staff declined my request for an interview. Red tide blooms have increased 15 times in the last 50 years due to humans creating more runoff. This is bad news for marine life that are killed by the toxins, and bad news for the seafood industry as well. To stop this growth, Dr. Brand says the state needs to make major changes to its agriculture practices. But there are a few ways you can help from home.
People need to greatly reduce or try to eliminate using any lawn fertilizer, golf course fertilizer, all these things.
In the meantime, Brian installed a new air filter in hopes to bring back business. In Jupiter, Florida, I'm Portia Baudisch, UMTV. Hey guys, I talked to a few of Yasser's friends today, and I can tell you everyone is in shock, and the news of his death has rocked the School of Architecture. Take a look at what they said.
He was a really kind and gentle soul who impacted every life he encountered. His smile was warm and captivating. His heart was pure.
This Tuesday, the School of Architecture held a vigil for Yasser. His body was found by his roommate in their off-campus apartment this past Sunday. Police say the Saudi Arabian student was stabbed to death.
He was honestly one of my best friends, and I thought that one day when I'd be getting married, he would be there at the wedding to celebrate with us. So it was really heartbreaking that now I don't have one of my best friends with me by my side every day.
Along with the vigil, Yasser's classmates decorated a tree in the architecture courtyard with pictures of him, and a lantern sits where Yasser would park his motorcycle every day.
Yasser brought this sense of joy and connectedness. So he probably knew everybody in the school, maybe more than anybody else.
His motorcycle now sits outside of his apartment building while police investigate the homicide. Students and faculty who knew Yasser describe him as kind, helpful, and hardworking.
I would just want the campus to know how nice of a person he was, and our community our small community here, he was just the brightest light, and he was so selfless and so kind to everyone.
Classes at the School of Architecture were canceled on Monday. Professor Jermaine Barnes says faculty is doing what they can to help students during this time.
And so I think it's our job as professors to be around and be a helping hand and a shoulder to lean on whenever the students should need that, because it is a very difficult time.
Miami-Dade police are looking for this man who was seen in the area when Yasser's body was found. Miami-Dade police are asking that if you see that man or have any relevant information on the case, to please call 305-471-TIPS. On Santona Street, I'm Portia Baudisch, UMTV.